Good morning, comic book fans. Welcome back to Comics in 5 Minutes. I'm your ever-loving host, Shorty, and today we are going to be reviewing a very Marvel comic book, The Avengers. Probably the most Marvel thing I've read for quite some time. We'll get into that a little bit later. But it's also a useful one to have and talk about because when people watch Marvel movies on TV series and animated stuff, people come into comic book stores who may not know much about comic books because they've seen these movies and enjoy them. And they're looking for something which they can take as a recreation or a different version of that. And sometimes individual stories within them, Black Panther's Intergalactic Emperor of Wakanda, Doctor Strange losing his magic and Iron Man sending him to space. These kind of things don't really fit in with what people expect based on the movies. The Avengers, though, seems usually at least a more simple way of doing it. It's a team of superheroes who get together to fight evil, usually galactic or at least planet-destroying threats, and they come together and do cool things. Now, this does make it a very Marvel thing, and I've used that for a term before to basically criticise things. Marvel in-house style artwork always, to me, comes across as somebody who's been told very much do not draw outside the lines, which, yes, I know artists generally should be drawing within the lines, but it means more a creative thing. They have been given a palette, they are told this is the tools and the colours and the lines you're allowed to play with, you're not allowed to do anything else. And that can stifle creativity in a way which can make comic books seem quite mundane and pedestrian. This one, it leans into it because it's a very Marvel comic book. It's something that Jed MacKay is really, really good at. He's not necessarily writing hugely complex, interwoven narratives. He's writing very, very good superhero stories. And in this one, it's Carol Danvers, Captain Marvel, the new leader of the Avengers, getting her team together. And again, that's the thing which I have criticised in the past, where the idea of an entire comic being about getting these 6 or 7 people together, it feels like it's a waste of page count when you could be telling a story rather than just dealing with characters. I think in storytelling terms, story first and then character development through that is good. Saying, these are cool characters, aren't they cool? Look at how cool they are. And now here's a story where we can see how cool they are. It feels, again, kind of lazy. It takes away creativity and it stops it being interesting. But, again, MacKay's better than that, and we very quickly realise that he's having an awful lot of fun with this. There is heart and humour in every single page, and a lot of it is down to the fact that he's taking a far more human viewpoint on this one. Yes, these are all heroes and gods and aliens, whatever you might have, constructs and magic users, but he makes them all people with flaws and gives them a chance at, not necessarily redemption, but the chance to be the person they always would like to be, or to be seen as. And after the Judgment Day stuff that's been going on, and stuff that T'Challa's been up to, and the fact that the Scarlet Witch is always going to have some kind of taint on them for villainous activities, Tony Stark being a billionaire industrialist, and there's no such thing as an ethical billionaire, and Thor, who's got his own issues going on quite a little bit there, and Captain America being, well, not the Captain America a lot of people would have expected, but they all get given really good, solid reasons why they want to do it. And this is done through great storytelling as we get this world-ending level threat, and then Danvers, in between all this, having a few pages for each character. And weirdly, I enjoyed it because he writes a really good Danvers, does MacKay. She is funny, she's human, she has problems, but she also sees these things in every other character that she encounters. And she finds ways to give them reasons to join. She never has to twist anyone's arm. She has a little bit of fun with some of them. There's a great bit where her and the two Captain Americas are just referred to each other as Cap all the time. It's adorable. It absolutely is. There's a nice bit of foreshadowing and then payoff with the Thor joke, which absolutely landed 100% for me. And then when we do get everything together and we have this big fight, which feels very MCU, third act MCU kind of stuff, but it's just the intro to the story and there's more going on. It feels satisfying and entertaining and funny, and then when you do get the denouement and you actually figure out that there's way more going on, it doesn't feel like it was ever a bait and switch. It makes sense that the story would run in that way, and it gave these characters a chance to shine. Artwork-wise, yeah, it's Marvel in-house style, but it's done so effectively that I found myself thoroughly enjoying it. And again, with it being a very Marvel comic book, it feels like there's been a choice made to lean into it significantly. With one exception, there's an occasional POV shot where you see the characters in a light that's not usually superheroic, and that works well too because it's leaning into MacKay's take on the fact that these are people. A god or construct or whatever, they are still people at heart. They have issues, they have insecurities, they have pasts, and they're drawn in such a way that this feels believable. They are not just their costume, they are not just the heroic pose or three-point landing. They are more than that, and all of them get given a chance to shine. I'm not necessarily saying it's made onto my personal pull list right now, but it's the most excited I've been about an Avengers comic book for quite some time, and I'm going to be reading issue 2 before making a decision, but I've got to be honest, I'm leaning that way. I've thoroughly enjoyed it, and I hope you do too. That's it for me for now, though. I've got more reviews to come this week, so make sure you're hitting the like and subscribe buttons, and until I see you again, look after each other, everyone. Stay safe. Bye!